Good evening and welcome to News Tonight on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Tina Jha. Let's begin with the headlines. Summit-level talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Bangladeshi Premier Sheikh Hasina. Along with discussions on strengthening bilateral relations, both sides signed 7 agreements in the fields of transport, connectivity, capacity building and culture. 3 projects involving import of LPG from Bangladesh also launched. Union government committed to bringing development and peace in the Northeast region, says Amit Shah. Addressing a public rally in Aizawl in Mizoram, Home Minister promises to start broad gauge train in Northeast by 2021. Ahead of the Assembly elections in Haryana, Congress suffers a setback. Former State Party President Ashok Tawar resigns from party's primary membership, alleges irregularities in ticket distribution. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu calls for police reforms to fight against modern crimes like terrorism and cybercrime. Underscores the importance of a well-trained police force to tackle complex challenges in today's times. And environmental-friendly crackers on Diwali. Union Minister Harshvardhan launches green crackers that will reduce pollution by 30%. Green codes to distinguish these crackers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday held wide-ranging talks with his Bangladeshi counterpart Sheikh Hasina on further deepening overall ties between the two countries in diverse areas including defense and security, trade and connectivity. Both leaders inaugurated 3 projects through video conferencing, including one on import of bulk LPG from Bangladesh. The other projects are the Vivekanand Bhavan at Ramakrishna Mission in Dhaka and the Bangladesh-India Professional Skill Development Institute.
मुझे खुशी है कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर शेख हसीना जी के साथ 3 और बायलैटरल प्रोजेक्ट्स का उद्घाटन करने का आज मुझे फिर एक बार मौका मिला है। पिछले 1 साल में हमने वीडियो लिंक से 9 प्रोजेक्ट्स को लॉन्च किया। आज के 3 प्रोजेक्ट को जोड़कर 1 साल में हमने 1 दर्जन जॉइंट प्रोजेक्ट्स लॉन्च किए हैं।
India and Bangladesh exchanged 7 agreements in areas including water resources, youth affairs, culture, education and coastal surveillance following the talks. In a brief media statement, the Prime Minister said India accords high priority to its ties with Bangladesh and increasing cooperation between the two countries should be a model for the entire world.
बांग्लादेश से बल्क एलपीजी सप्लाई दोनों देशों को फायदा पहुंचाएगी। एक प्रकार से विन विन सिचुएशन है। इससे बांग्लादेश में एक्सपोर्ट्स, इनकम और एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी बढ़ेगा। ट्रांसपोर्टेशन दूरी 1500 किलोमीटर कम हो जाने से आर्थिक लाभ भी होगा और पर्यावरण को भी नुकसान कम होगा।
The Bangladeshi Prime Minister said ties between the two countries have been on an upswing in the last few years, including in areas of maritime security, civil nuclear energy, as well as trade.
প্রভূত পরিমাণে বৃদ্ধি পেয়েছে। এর পাশাপাশি বিভিন্ন নতুন ও অপ্রচলিত খাত যেমন ব্লু ইকোনমি এবং মেরিটাইম, পরমাণু শক্তির শান্তিপূর্ণ ব্যবহার, মহাকাশ গবেষণা, ইন্টারনেট ব্যান্ডউইথ রপ্তানি ও সাইবার সিকিউরিটি প্রভৃতি খাতে উভয় দেশের সহযোগিতার হাত সম্প্রসারিত হয়েছে। এই সকল বহুমুখী ও বহুমাত্রিক সহযোগিতার ফলে আমাদের মধ্যকার দ্বিপাক্ষিক সম্পর্ক বিশ্ববাসীর সম্মুখে সুপ্রতিবেশী সুলভ সম্পর্কের দৃষ্টান্তরূপে পরিগণিত হচ্ছে।
Earlier, the Bangladeshi Prime Minister met President Ramnath Kovind. She also met External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. Sheikh Hasina is currently on a 4-day visit to India. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has given in-principle approval to enhancement of monetary assistance to the next of kin of all categories of battle casualty from 2 lakh rupees to 8 lakh rupees. The amount will be granted under Army Battle Casualties Welfare Fund. Earlier, there was a provision of financial assistance of 2 lakh rupees to the battle casualties which are fatal, 60% and above disability, battle casualties invalided out due to disability, and 1 lakh rupees to disability less than 60%. It was in addition to liberalized family pension, financial assistance from Army Group Insurance, Army Welfare Fund, and ex gratia amount. Home Minister Amit Shah said on Saturday that the government will be able to bring broad gauge railway line to Aizawl by the year 2021. Inaugurating the Northeast Handloom and Handicraft exhibition in Aizawl, the Home Minister said that the Modi government is committed to the development of the Northeast region and its harmonious growth. He added that under the Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, 23,000 people in Mizoram have been given LPG connections. The Home Minister said that the BJP-led government at the centre has doubled the developmental projects in Mizoram than what the previous UPA government had done. He further said that the Modi government has allocated 40,000 crore rupees to Mizoram through the 14th Finance Commission.
मिजोरम भारत के लोकतंत्र का सबसे ऊपर का शिखर बिंदु है और कभी मिजोरम हिंसा और अलगाववाद का केंद्र रहा। आज मिजोरम शांति और बंधुत्व का प्रतीक बनकर पूरे भारत को और विश्व को संदेश दे रहा है।
The Council of Scientific and Industrial Research has come up with new and improved formulations in the manufacture of sound-emitting crackers and other fireworks, keeping in view the pollution hazard and health risks to people. Health Minister Harshvardhan on Saturday said that green firecrackers that emit up to 30% less particulate matter than the traditional fireworks are available across the country ahead of Diwali. The minister also said that nearly 230 MOUs and 165 non-disclosure agreements have been signed with the manufacturers of these fireworks.
QR कोडिंग के साथ और साथ में ग्रीन क्रैकर के लोगों के साथ और लगभग 230 MOUs क्रैकर बनाने वाली जो मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं उनके साथ साइन हो गए। नो डिस्क्लोजर एग्रीमेंट्स 165 साइन हो गए। 500 से ज़्यादा जो है ऐसे सर्टिफिकेट्स नो एमिशन वाले जो है वो इशू हो गए और ग्रीन क्रैकर जो है वो अब इस दिवाली पर मार्केट में QR कोड के साथ उपलब्ध हो गया।
The minister announced that the products developed by CSIR are available in the market for consumers as well as for the sellers.
ये सुनिश्चित किया है कि जो क्रैकर बनाने के व्यापार में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में जो लाखों गरीब लोग लगे थे, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश के कारण उनकी रोजी रोटी व्यवसाय इसके ऊपर किसी भी प्रकार का दुष्प्रभाव ना पड़े।
Praising the cut in the key lending rate, Minister for Environment and Forest Prakash Javadekar said on Saturday that the government has asked the banks to pass on the benefits to the consumers. The minister said that the reduction in repo rate by the Reserve Bank of India is an important step to boost growth and further added that it will directly benefit the consumers as bank loans will get cheaper. He said that the government took 110 decisions in 15 cabinet meetings to accelerate investment inflows. He added that the merger of banks will strengthen the financial institutions and also help RBI monitor credit outflows.
रिजर्व बैंक ने कहा है कि 6% होगा, लेकिन उसके बाद भी दुनिया में सबसे तेजी से विकास करने वाली अर्थव्यवस्था भारत की रहेगी और भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था में और ज्यादा निवेश आकर रोजगार पैदा हो और उद्योग नए नए शुरू हो, सभी जगह शुरू हो, इसके लिए लगातार निर्णय हो रहे हैं। तो अर्थव्यवस्था के बारे में आशंकाएं या बहुत ज्यादा चिंता करने वाली बात नहीं है। नए उपाय जो भी सुझाव देता है उसका हम विचार करते हैं और उस पर निर्णय करते हैं।
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu on Saturday stressed the need to make policing people-centric and police stations people-friendly and receptive. Addressing a national seminar on smart policing, the Vice President suggested internal reforms within the police forces, including improving the ambience in the police stations to make them complainant-friendly. Referring to the daunting challenges posed by cyber age, the Vice President stressed the need to train police forces across the country to tackle new-age cyber crimes. At the same time, he said there was an enormous scope to tap IT potential in the fields of police governance, investigation, safety and security management, as well as citizen-centric policing.
State police and central armed polices are in the forefront of battle against these elements in different parts of the country. It is absolutely necessary, therefore, that capabilities of state police and central police forces are substantially enhanced so that they are able to effectively deal with numerous challenges as they emerge. Cyber offences and organized crimes are other challenges that need to be tackled by efficient and well-trained police force. Police will have to develop the necessary expertise to tackle cyber crimes, while organized crimes would require very good interstate coordination. I would like to take this opportunity to impress upon you all people the need for internal reforms within the police.
Observing that the country was facing the problems such as terrorism, Maoism and insurgency, the Vice President said that ballot was more powerful than the bullet. Stating that terrorism was the enemy of humanity, he said there should be no complacency on the safety and security of the country and called for measures to enhance the capabilities of the state police as well as the central armed forces to deal with emerging challenges effectively.
India is also facing serious internal security challenges. We cannot afford to be complacent. We have terrorist problem, we have insurgency, we have a Maoist problem, we have a fundamentalist problem in certain parts and all. So we have these challenges in spite of so much progress being made. And our neighbor is aiding, abetting, funding, training terrorists regularly and as if it is a state policy.
A special screening of the film Saad Ki Aankh was on Saturday held at Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu's residence in New Delhi. The crew of the film was also present during the screening. The inspirational movie is based on the real-life story of sharpshooters Chandro Tomar and Prakashi Tomar. The Vice President also conveyed his best wishes to the entire team of the film.
एज अ प्रोफेशनल स्पोर्ट लिया ताकि आगे की जो जनरेशन है लड़कियों की, उनकी फैमिली की, उनके गांव की, उनको एक तरह से जॉब मिलने का ज़रिया मिल सके, आगे अपनी लाइफ खुद बनाने का ज़रिया मिल सके, वो उनके जैसी लाइफ ना बिताए, इसलिए उन्होंने ये सब किया। तो वो एक बहुत ही प्यारी और एक अनोखी सी कहानी है इनकी जो सांड की आँख में आपको दिखेगी।
On to some other news. Terrorists carried out a grenade attack on Saturday outside the Deputy Commissioner's office in Anantnag in South Kashmir. The police said the grenade missed the intended target and exploded on the roadside, causing splinter injuries to 14 people, including a traffic policeman and also a local journalist. Meanwhile, normal life in Kashmir remained affected as markets and other business establishments remained closed, while most of the public transport was off the roads across the valley. Durga Puja is being celebrated with much fervor, and pandals are trying out new and innovative ways. One such pandal in Delhi's IP extension has made the idol of goddess Durga and other deities with recycled material, including steel scrap, aluminium cans, glass, wood, among other things. The president of the society said that this year's theme is recycling of waste materials in order to promote environmental awareness.
जो ये प्रतिमा जो बने हैं ये टोटली वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम से बने हुए हैं और ये हमारा मैसेज है एक कि ये रिसाइकल आइटम को हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं ताकि रिसाइकल आइटम को और ज़्यादा भाव मिले.
And with that, time for a short break, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Do stay with us.
Watch The Big Picture with me, Vishal Dahiya, at 9:30 p.m. on Rajya Sabha TV.
The Qutub complex in Mehrauli is not just a place that houses the eponymous Minar, but also a landmark that represents once ruler's desire to build an even taller structure that could have overshadowed even the Qutub Minar. Alauddin Khilji, who called himself Sikandar-e-Sani or the second Alexander, had commissioned the construction of Alai Minar. Though the work had begun on the structure opposite Qutub, due to death of Khilji, the construction was abandoned, never to be taken up by any other ruler. Even in its incomplete state, the magnitude of Alai Minar is awe-inspiring. It stands a lot wider at the base than Qutub Minar, and though just one story exists, it stands 80 feet, one-third the size of older counterpart. Probably the only unfinished monument in Delhi is a marvel to behold, for nothing induces more wonder than a strong first step with an illusion of how great things could have been.
And let's now get you all the election updates from the two poll-bound states of Maharashtra and Haryana, beginning with Maharashtra first. Congress President Sonia Gandhi and former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh are among the 40 star campaigners of the party for the 21st October Assembly elections in Maharashtra. Among other top leaders of the party who are expected to campaign, including Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Listing Sonia Gandhi, who had stayed away from campaigning during the Lok Sabha elections earlier this year, as a star campaigner underlines the importance the party is giving to the Maharashtra elections. The state was once a stronghold of the Congress party, but slipped out of its grip with the emergence of the BJP in the state. In the 2014 Assembly elections, the Congress could win only 42 seats out of the total 288. Its performance in Lok Sabha elections was also dismal, with the party winning just one seat. Other prominent campaigners are former Maharashtra Chief Ministers Sushil Kumar Shinde, Prithviraj Chavan and Ashok Chavan. A total of 5,534 candidates have filed nominations in Maharashtra. According to the Election Commission, 135 candidates have filed nominations in Bhokar Assembly seat in Nanded district. The least number of nominations, a mere 4 each, were received in Mumbai's Mahim and Sevri constituencies. On the last day of filing nominations on Friday, Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis filed his nomination from Southwest Nagpur Assembly constituency. Maharashtra will vote along with Haryana on 21st October and the results will be declared on 24th October. And let's now shift focus to Haryana. In a significant blow to the Congress party ahead of the Haryana Assembly elections, its former state unit chief Ashok Tawar has resigned from the party's primary membership. While announcing his resignation on Twitter, Tawar alleged that there was a conspiracy to eliminate leaders groomed by Rahul Gandhi. In his 4-page resignation letter addressed to Congress President Sonia Gandhi, Tawar alleged that the Congress is going through an existential crisis not because of its political opponents, but because of serious internal contradictions. Tawar has been unhappy ever since he was replaced as Haryana Congress chief by Kumari Shailaja earlier this month. And earlier this week, Tawar had alleged corruption in distribution of tickets for the upcoming polls. Although the party denied his charges and said due process was followed in ticket distribution. And in Haryana, a total of 1,846 candidates have filed their nominations for the upcoming assembly elections. Among them are two-time former Chief Minister Bhupender Singh Hooda, Jananayak Janata Party leader Dushyant Chautala, his mother Naina Chautala, sportsmen Sandeep Singh and Yogeshwar Dutt, who filed their nominations on the last day on Friday. However, apart from the party's chosen candidates, rebels are also giving a headache to both ruling BJP as well as the main opposition Congress, with a few of them entering the contest now as independents. Both parties are facing resentment from leaders who have been denied party tickets. So after the nomination process, the scrutiny of papers will be done today and the last date for withdrawal is 7th October. 90-member Haryana Assembly will also vote along with Maharashtra on 21st October and the results will be declared on 24th October. And that's it from us in this bulletin. Thank you very much for your time.